Welcome, Pickle people, to Dinking with Dow, episode 2. We've got a great guest. We got Rob Nunnery, great guy, great dinker. Going to be a great show. A little bit of housekeeping. Number one, guys, we want this to be an interactive show. We want the audience to be involved. So if you have any need for some advice, anything like that, where it can be pickle related, life advice, whatever, we're gonna have an advice segment on the show. Okay, send me a message on Instagram at dinkingwithdow, or shoot me an email, dinkingwithdow@gmail.com. Okay, number 2, guys, the code DOW10 at acepickleball.com. Use the code, please, guys. Here's some advice. There's some things in life that are just no-brainers. You don't even have to think about it. And this is one of those situations, okay? This is a great paddle, okay? It's already low priced. You're getting 10% off with my code DOW10, and you're helping me out, okay? Remember my daughter from last week, right? She's now not in the picture. She's back in Costa Rica with her mother and her mother's new life partner, Nico, who is a surfer / DJ who's apparently successful, but they still need money from Greg. She's still hungry. She's still without shoes, guys. No brainer. Help me out. Feed my child. Help yourself. Help me, help you, help yourself. Okay? Use the code. Thank you. It's going to be a great show. And we're live.
Well, I don't think that's how it works. I don't think it means we're live. We're recording, but I don't think we're live.
That's true. I'm alive and I'm feeling good. Rob just complimented my haircut, which it looks fantastic. It's kind of Nunnery-esque. Is it kind of a Nunnery kind of look?
It kind of is. Yeah, you got the kind of a little bit longer on top, but you got the pretty tight to the sides. Oh yeah, it's fresh, dude.
This is a Nunnery look.
You're looking great.
I appreciate. I mean, I had to do something, man. It was just the hair has been a nightmare situation for me for.
Well, Greg, it is kind of self-inflicted based on some of your choices that you've made.
Yes.
One being when I know we were in New Jersey sharing a house together, and we walk in and Riley Boner has a pair of scissors in her hands, and your hair. I mean, she didn't do a terrible job, but she's certainly not a hairstylist.
Well, I want to say she did a phenomenal job, and this was 2 months ago now.
Yeah.
And my hair was, I grew out the hair, and I've said it before, but I started looking at myself. There was a certain picture that I saw of me at MLP, and I had a white Brooklyn Aces shirt on. It was a large, not an XL.
Yeah.
And I had the long hair, and it was not a flattering angle. And I had the love handles and the neck fat and the long hair. And I was like, this is, if you showed this to 5 people and said, this is a woman, it wouldn't take that long to convince them. That's all. They'd be like, oh no, that's just kind of a chubby dude. But it was bad. It was sick is what it was. It was really sick. And I saw that picture and I went on the scale, bro. And I'm 217, 220. I mean, this is not appropriate. Already someone who's slow and I've been slow my whole life, and you add on an extra 20 pounds where it shouldn't be. And it's all my, and it's a love head. It's a woman, it's just so bad. It really was that bad. And so anyway, so Riley gets in there and we're actually looking at this. We were looking at a guy, we're watching a movie together, not in a weird way. We were just watching a movie together.
What does that mean?
I watching a movie together with
like hands are above the blanket type thing.
I want to. Sorry, James, but this is. We're watching a movie. It's one of the worst movies I've ever seen in my life. It's some like TLC or whatever. And there's this guy on there who's she thinks is hot. And I'm like, I had just met Roscoe, like for the first time, Roscoe Bellamy.
Wasco.
Yeah, Wasco. I know I don't like that he has a nickname for you. What does he call you? Wob?
Wobbut.
Yeah, Wobbut. But and I had just got done talking to Roscoe when I watched this movie, and I'm like, I couldn't watch the movie because I'm like, why isn't Roscoe in the movie? Because he's so much hotter than this guy who's on the screen, and this guy is supposed to be the hot guy, you know, whatever. So, anyways, we're talking about Roscoe, and I'm like, and then she gives me a hair. She's like, hey, can I cut your hair? And she cuts my hair, and she did a great job, dude. This is kitchen scissors. She'd never given anyone a haircut before. I mean, it was fantastic. I really, it was unbelievable. But then I grew out, and then I actually tried to cut the bangs recently by myself, which is, and it was like remember Coconut Head?
Yeah.
From back in the day, from that Ned's Declassified, Coconut Head. I looked like Coconut Head. And so, but anyways, Riley did a great job. This is a real haircut.
Riley did a great job from what you could see. We didn't go too much into this aspect of it, but there was a spot on your back right where if you like consciously push the hair down, it looks great. But if it just kind of falls naturally, it was a bald spot. Yeah. But with that being said, everything else was perfect.
I mean, for a 15-minute scissor job you can't get better than that. And I trusted her, man. I mean, she was cutting. It was supposed to be a trim. I was like, just trim it a little bit. She kept going. I just went with it, man. I felt it, you know?
Well, it's certainly not the worst haircut you've ever gotten.
It was excellent. And I think this, you know, I'm still in the awkward phase where it's like, how do I style it? You know, like, what do I do? You know what I mean? Like kind of a cute, hot, awkward phase type of deal.
Yeah.
But you know, in a week, we'll figure it out.
I think you are in an in-between stage. It's like it's a matter of, do you want to throw in some kind of matte gel paste type deal where it stays like a little messier and looks less fluffy? I think that might be the play right now.
Yep.
I think when it gets a little longer, you won't be able to do that. It'll look greasy if it's a little longer and you go with the matte gel type play. But I think right now the matte paste is it. This
is already. I have product right now. This is product.
I would have thought that was no product. I think you need more product.
It's just a little bit because I didn't want it to be crazy. And again, I'm still experimenting, but. You know, hey guys, check me out. If you're listening on Spotify or Apple Music, just check out the YouTube video if you want to see kind of what we're dealing with as far as the hair situation. I know we have some
you have to check it out. You have to check it out.
It's pretty standard haircut, but for me, this is good. Yeah, well, I don't know about that, but now
it's beautiful.
Now I'm blushing, but
yeah, you should be. I mean, the hair is good.
Thanks, man. Thanks.
We've gone through. I know we got to get off the hair stuff, but
no, it's fine. It's fine.
we've gone through a lot of phases together in terms of hair, in terms of accessories on your head. All that headwear. I mean, we've gone from do-rags. We've gone from Scarpa USA hats. Now we're going to just free flowing hair, and I love the evolution. You keep me on my toes. You keep me guessing. I don't know what head we're gonna get tomorrow, and I love that about you. So thank you.
You're welcome, man. That's true. I didn't think about really the whole timeline, the story of it, and the evolution, and it's. I'm bringing back the Scarpa USA hat this weekend. That is happening. It has to happen. But I listen. I appreciate it. This is great. I was, a little bit you're insecure after a haircut, always a little bit, but This is great. So thank you very much. Let's get into it, man. Let's get into it.
We are into it.
I know we're into it, but let me just say, I just want to say, like, there's a pickle family. Okay, I have a pickle sort of family tree situation, and Scarpa is my dad. Okay, he's Daddy Scarpa. He's my father. He runs the show. He books the hotels. He does the cars. He's getting us in tournaments. He's my dad. Okay, he teaches me how to change a tire. Right. James Ignatowicz is sort of
your lover.
Well, he's my love. You know what he is? He's like my hot cousin who, like, it's my cousin, so I can't, right? But it's my cousin. It's not my brother.
Well, it's not that you can't, you shouldn't. But
I shouldn't, right? And I'm in South Carolina, so we got to check the laws. But either way, I'm a human being, right? So it's a cousin. It's not a brother. And he's kind of sort of my hot cousin, sort of a forbidden fruit situation there, right? And then we have Rob Nunnery, who is, and you might be a little disappointed by this, but it's never been a sexual thing with me. Well, for you.
Yeah. Why would I be disappointed in that?
Well, I don't know. I mean, I feel like, James sort of gets everything from me as far as sexual energy.
Yeah. He deserves it.
But you're sort of my older, that's true. You're sort of my older brother. Like just an older brother, sort of mentor. So I it's someone I respect a lot, and I'm thrilled to have you on. You just played a tournament in Lakeland, Florida. What was this tournament called again? What was the official name?
I couldn't tell you. It was a kind of a grand opening Moneyball type deal for I believe it's the Lone Palm Country Club.
Yeah.
It was run by the Jenkins family of Publix grocery stores that we all know. So yeah, just they put a 1-day event, 25K men's, 25K women's, and whoever shows up. You play for the money, and off we go. It was a lot of fun.
So this tournament, guys, it had, as in the men's doubles draw, the marquee teams. Okay, you had Ignatowicz and Redmeyer. You had Zane and Rafa Hewitt. You had Martin Emmerich and Christian Alshon. And then you had the APP Giants, Rob Nunnery and Andrei Daescu, okay? So I'm just going to say the results. You guys rolled through. You play Zane and Rafa first round.
Second
roll
round,
through them.
We played Pickleball Day first round, actually.
Wait, I didn't know that.
I don't think I told you that. We played, it was Dave and Josh Elliott.
I know Josh Elliott, yeah. What was the...
It was 2 and 3, 3 and 2, something like that, yeah.
And then you play Zane and Rafa, which is a good team. What was that score?
6 and 4, 7 and 4, something like that. So straight games.
Routine.
Yep.
And then who'd you play?
And then we had, so this one surprised us a little bit. We played Alshon and Martin Emmerich. They upset James and Rettenmeyer in 3, I think. So that was a great win for them.
Yeah.
Pretty long break between games between that second round, third round for us. So we came out really flat. When I say we, I mean I came out really flat in that first game.
Yeah,
we got beat 11-4, and but Andrei and I are pretty, like, we don't stress too much about, like, if we have a game like that, because it does happen, and we know, like, over the course of a 2 out of 3, we're still gonna put a lot of balls in court, and we'll start making our shots. So we don't get too stressed over it. And then played really clean the second and third games, and I think I don't remember the score, but it was relatively comfortable.
Right. And then you play J-Dub and Dylan in the finals.
Yeah, and heartbreaker for sure. We got down big early. I think game 1 was 7-0 or 6-0 or something, and then we claw our way back and get it to like 7-9, and then they're too good that first game, and we gave them a big lead. They took it 11-7. Second game, they got off to like another 4-0 start, I think. And we were just trying to dink with them, right? And it's like, okay, I mean, we could do this for a long time, but we got to try to make them a little bit more uncomfortable. So Andrei's just like, just start taking some shots. And I was like, all right, I'll just start taking some shots. And got lucky on like, I think we were down 0-4. 0-4-1, I was serving. I took a little forehand flick, not in a good spot, directly at J-Dub's forehand, who's just sitting on it. Right. He hits the counter about as hard as you can hit it, but just in the top of the net. So in true like Matt Wright and Riley Newman fashion, I give like a big come on, just like in J-Dub's face. And then we rolled off like 4 or 5 straight points after that. You have to do it against those guys. I honestly should have done it more. I should have kept it. I should have kept the insanity and like over aggro, like in your face stuff going the whole time. But they're just sweet kids. They're just sweet little children that like to play pickleball, that win way too much. But so we ended up getting that second game 11-7. Third game, I'll fast forward. Just a lot of dinking. Yes. Not a lot of missing from anybody, but a ton of dinking. Andrei playing fantastic, moving the ball around. He's moving a ton. I'm not missing many dinks or drops or anything, playing pretty clean myself. And we get up 10-6 in the third. Several match points, and we're talking a difference of like $3K per person, first versus second. So not insignificant money. Like you definitely want to win that, right?
Right.
But we don't. We lose 13-11. But honestly, it was I didn't walk away like insanely disappointed because I felt like we played a pretty clean match. It was just a couple points here and there. And obviously, like when you play guys like that, you have to, you get a 10-6 lead, you get some match points, you have to close. You just have to. You can't let them back in because they're just too good. Like they're going to make too many balls. They're going to, we got a little lucky on a couple putaways that they missed, and we knew like they're not going to keep missing those. Like those are rare. So we got to take advantage, and weren't able to, which is okay. And they snagged it, but it was super fun day and always fun to play with Andrei, dude. Like I think him and I are probably two of the better competitors in the game in terms of like will to win and like wanting, like fighting and like just getting dialed and just. And not letting up, not letting any points, not letting off for any points. Like we're pretty solid about that.
Yeah.
Good day, but not quite good enough.
Well, you guys proved, but I know you guys lost that, but you guys proved that, because I've been telling people, dude, because I mean, we've played you guys 3 times. Me and Scarpa have played you guys 3 times in the last 2 APPs that I've played. And I keep telling people, I'm telling Ignatowicz, telling people, I'm like, dude, these guys are good. Like, I'm not saying they're good, they're a little better than Dallas Car. I mean, they're good. Like they can beat anybody. And finally you guys got to prove it, I think. And that, I mean, even though you lost, it's like to compete with J-Dub and Dylan like that. I mean, and again, you really should have won. It's like, and it's not like whatever, they have like a crappy game. Like they played, I watched the match. I watched the second and third game. And I thought they played normal. Like they missed some shots, but it wasn't like they played like shit and you guys played amazing. Because that can happen, right? You play like shit and someone else plays amazing and then you can maybe beat them. But that's not what happened. They played pretty solid. And you guys are just a really good team. So I knew it, but all these PPA guys, they all think that, Daescu Nunnery, but it's like, I mean, you guys are good. You don't miss.
Yeah, we get a lot of balls. You don't miss a shot.
You can't put a ball away. That's the thing too, bro. It's like, it's the people don't. I keep telling you, it's like their defense is so good. People are like, okay, defense, like what can that really do? But it's like to actually win a point against you guys is just really freaking hard. Like you guys just. Like the mid-court resets, and like even if you're in trouble, you're behind in a hands battle, like you'll take a couple steps back and just guide it back in somehow. It's like it's just you guys are a nightmare team to play against. It's a true nightmare. So I knew you guys were good, and I'm glad you guys proved that. Where do you think you guys are in comparison? So let's say like the best teams, John's Brothers. Second best team is J-Dub and Dylan. There's no doubt about that.
Yeah.
in men's doubles pickleball. And third you can whatever. I mean, like, where do you guys think you are as far as teams in pickleball right now?
Yeah. I mean, obviously you start listing people, right? And you're like, there's a lot of good players. I mean, there were a lot of good players in the event yesterday, right?
Yeah.
Um, I think Andrei and I as a team are just very solid together. Like we have a
Yeah.
lot of reps together. We we know who's covering who. Like we're pretty dialed, and like when we get into the kitchen stuff, I know what to take to apply a little bit more pressure. I know when to kind of let him come over and dictate with his dinks. So we're very comfortable together, and I think that's a bit of an advantage. Similar to John, similar to Dylan and J-Dub. Like
Yeah.
the teams that are more comfortable long term together are the teams that do best. Fed Pablo. Like you see Riley kind of struggling now because he's Dal Scarpa, sorry. But you see like Riley, mixing up partners doesn't always work out. Like even if you get two fantastic players together, like the chemistry aspect's a big deal. And I think that's one of the strengths of Andrei and I, and the fact that we play pretty similar in terms of just wanting to like grind and make a ton of balls and pick our spots of speeding up. I think there's a lot of good chemistry. I said it on my podcast. I think with all the good players there are, I still think in every PPA, we would be a top 5 seed. Like we should be, in my opinion.
Yeah.
I think we finished top 5 PPA very consistently.
Yeah, I agree. I think it's funny too. It's like you talk about the partner thing, because you think about it. It's like, okay, is Andrei better than Riley Newman? No, he's not. He's not better than Riley Newman. So it's like, okay, how is Andrei and Rob how are they I think you guys are the third best team right now. Maybe because like PPA, it's John's brothers, J-Dub and Dylan, and then it's Pablo Fed. That's the third team, right?
Yeah, that's been the
Isn't
result
that the
lately.
third team?
Yeah.
So it's like, I think you guys, let's say you're even with Pablo and Fed. Let's just say that. Let's say you guys are even with them. That makes you tied for the third best team. But then you have so many good players like Matt Wright, James, Riley. Like people are like, oh, like Riley's better than Andrei, and then there's Matt Wright's better than Rob. So it's like they're not really the third best team, but it's all about the team. It's all 100%. About the team.
Yeah. It's not an individual sport, right? It's like, I honestly, I think you put Matt and Riley back together. I think they have the edge over us for sure, but they're not together, right? So there's not even an issue, and that's on them, right? Like they need to, they should have, whatever, teach their own, right? Riley went for more upside, but it hasn't really panned out. But
who would be a good partner for Riley? Who's the guy?
Yeah, I think it's I think it's a guy that probably already has a pretty set partner, like a maybe a Dylan or like a J-Dub, like to get over the hump with like the Johns. Like I think that's probably the ticket to do it.
What about a Riley Tyson reunion?
Yeah, I wouldn't hate to see it. I just don't.
That's a good team.
I just don't know if they're going to get over Riley wants to get gold, and I don't know if that gets you gold. That gets you a lot of medals for sure, but I don't know if it gets you gold. Yeah. And I think Riley's looking for kind of like the explosive big upside.
Yeah.
Tyson's the definition of consistency, dude. He'll get you on the podium a lot. But yeah, I don't know.
Do we know who Newman's going to play with next year?
I have no clue. I don't know. I think people might be actually kind of just pumping the brakes to see what happens.
Yeah.
With everything.
I like to see Newman.
Riley signed MLP. He wasn't planning on playing PPAs. And I'm sure he doesn't want to play PPAs, but things have changed. So there's a lot up in the air for 24.
Yeah. I think that guy just needs a partner, man. Like I think him and Sa could be like a dope team. Like,
yeah, that'd be like an explosive, fun team to watch too.
Yeah.
100%.
Like just even them playing like the Johns brothers, it'd be like, It'd just be fun. Exactly. It'd just be fun to watch like two athletic, tall guys like just going at it. Like it'd be fun.
Yeah. Agreed.
Okay. Okay. Andrei. So like, let me just get into Andrei.
Yeah. Let's go,
He's
man.
like, can you just take us in? Cause I don't really know Andrei. He's always been very nice to me.
Yeah.
I played with him when I was in Delray. I went to his club and played with him, but like, there's obviously he's from another country.
Yeah.
So there's a little, he speaks good English, but it's a little bit different talking to him. What is this guy like on court and off court? Like, what's this guy's deal, man? You know what I mean? What's this guy's deal?
What's this guy's deal? Dude, Andrei's the man. Andrei's the absolute man. He's like, I've got some favorites. On tour. You're obviously in my top 2 or 3 for sure. Just because it's always like, you ever need a smile, you're going to get it with Greg, which is a big deal. That's a beautiful life skill, my man. So,
all right, get off my dick.
I can't do it. It's too nice. But Andrei, dude, Andrei's up there too. Andrei is the absolute man. He's actually very funny off court. He talks a lot of shit, but he just isn't very outspoken with it, So like, like we were just sitting there watching a match yesterday. It was Richard and Ryler playing. I think Alshon and Rich. And Richard and Ryler won that. Like they had a great day yesterday, by the way.
Shout out to them. Shout out Richard Liberty's best jawline and Pickle.
Oh, fantastic jawline. Yeah. He actually snuck up on me at the airport today. We were on the same flight to Houston. So, and he's cute. Just like, hello, Rob. Hello.
He's a good kid, man.
He's great. But with Andrei, so we were just watching that match and saw like, it was like early in the game and Richard made like 4 or 5 mistakes in a row, but like silly mistakes. And he looked silly doing them. And Andrei's just sitting there like, nice dink, Richard. Oh, nice overhead, Richard. just like giving him a hard time, but just like talking to himself. And I just think it was just
he's hilarious. Talking to himself and you. He's not like yelling at him.
Yeah, it was just him and I sitting together. And he's like, oh,
that's funny.
I look over at him. He's like, oh, nice dink, Richard. Like, what's he doing? It's like, what's he doing out there? So Andrei's got a great sense of humor off court. He's probably one of the harder working guys I know. Works a ton, does a lot for the APP in terms of teaching. Like he's here teaching Wednesday in Houston. He's teaching Thursday in Houston. I think he usually does like the Monday after as well. Like he works hard, man. He work ethic's legit, which I respect a ton. On court, he's like me, dude. Like no bullshittery. We want to win every point very badly. And if dude, and he's an incredibly supportive partner. Like there's times where I go in black holes. There's times when he goes in black holes. But like what I love about our partnership is that I don't doubt him at all. Like I have full trust in him, right? Like if he does some bad stuff, I don't care. He's gonna do a million good things. Like it doesn't matter. And he has the same trust in me, right? Like I tend to pull the trigger obviously more than he does. And I'm gonna, with that being the case, I'm looking to win percentages. I'm not looking to win every one of them, but I'm looking to win, 60%.
Right.
And he understands that. So he knows if I miss the first 3 or 4 that like I'm due. So, and he'll tell me to keep pulling. Like he wants me to use my offense. So, yeah, dude, so Andrei on court, intense. How I'd want it though. I would want it no other way.
Yeah.
Like, and I'm not even going to bring it up.
What? No, you can't do that. Just say it. Just say it.
There's not too many teams other than Andrei and I that would be like salivating at like 11-0, like 6-0. You know what I mean?
That was in my notes. Don't worry. We're going to bring it up.
Okay.
Don't worry. We're already going to bring it up. Don't worry.
I honestly don't think there's that many teams that would actually pull that off without having like the insane focus and like will to win every single point that we have.
If the viewers don't get that reference here, me and Daddy Scarpa played Rob and Andrei the last tournament I played, which is Atlanta Metro APP. It was in Championship Sunday. Dallas Scarpa's ready. I mean, you fed me a margarita or two the night before. I mean, I was feeling good. I was feeling confident.
Yeah, as you should be.
You know,
you had a great day.
Yeah, listen, I mean, we played them in the main draw that day on Saturday, and we lost like 9-5, but should have won the first game. We got beaten up the second game, and then the time before we had played them, it was we won the first game or second game. We lost like 11-7 in the third, so we were confident that we could compete in this match. At least I mean, Scarpa was too. We were both confident, and we just got absolutely just annihilated, just spanked. I've never been spanked before like that in pickleball in my life. It was unbelievable. They won. Andrei and Rob won 11-0, 11-0. And there was a point, Rob. Yeah, I think that's what you're referring to. It was 11-0, 6-0, or 7-0. And I mean, it's just, I mean, I'm in hell. I mean, it's so funny too, because it was like, I'm getting texts the night before and everything. Like, wow, yeah. You guys, win this thing. Like, wow, you guys can do it. Like, Bob, I'm like, yeah, like, fuck yeah, like, let's go. Like,
yeah.
And I really felt confident. And like, there was like my parents are watching. They got a watch party with their friends, and one of our great sponsors, Crush Yard, they had their investors in town, and they're like, oh, our boys are on CBS Sports in the finals, so all these people watching. And anyways, it's 11-0, 6-0, or 7-0. The match is over, and Rob gets a ball, and it's a mid-court. I think you hit like one of your sort of nasty cross-court drops to me, and I try to take it out of the air on a fourth, and I took it out of the air, and it kind of popped up, and then off the bounce, you just slammed it you just right in my face. I mean, it was just –
it was disrespectful.
It was disrespectful. It was disrespectful. I mean, listen, but that's the thing is like, I wouldn't, and I know that like we're friends, and you like me, and you like Scarpa too. And I know it's all good, but I don't know if I would do that to like, I'm better than I'm just saying, but it's like,
no, it's different.
What you're talking about with like the intensity and the competitiveness, like you could have just hit your little fifth shot in the kitchen and won the point anyways, but you didn't. You were like, F these guys. We're going to win 0-0. And you did. And you guys, and they did win 11-0, 11-0. But like, that's the different level.
Little psychosis in there though.
You guys, did you take something?
No, it was
you guys didn't do any.
Did you take something?
It was like, I'd never seen this before. Actually, one match we played when me and you were on the same MLP team, when we played Scott Dorner and Pat Smith. Remember that match?
Yeah.
I remember that match. I would just like make a drop, and then it would just be like Nunnery, just boom, boom, boom. And you were like, I was like, this is crazy. But that's the only time I've ever seen you. And you've played good other than like with me before, but
yeah.
But like that match, it was just, I'm telling you right now, that was the best pickleball I've ever played against, and it wasn't even close. But that's the level of competitiveness and just will to win every single point, like you talk about, like. Yeah. And it was I had a firsthand experience of this.
Yeah, I gotta find that. I don't know what it is, but like Andrei and I, like we bring that out. Like maybe it's like Andrei and I are always like that in terms of when we play together. Yeah. Andrei's like that with whoever he plays with. Yeah. I'm not. I gotta find that. I gotta find that level when I play like MLP, for example. Like I gotta be able to mentally lock that hard all the time. I always lock that hard with Andrei, but I have lapses other times, and I've got to lock in more.
I think, dude, honestly, like, cause I've played with you and I've played against you and I've seen you play a lot. Like, I know your game pretty well. And I think for you, I mean, I just thought about this when you said it. I think the reason why you're so good with Andrei is that you like know not you know your role and like you just do your role super well. Like you have a
Yeah.
set thing. Like I have
Yeah.
Andrei
Simple.
on the left. Yeah, like everything's so simple. Like I have
Yeah.
Andrei on the left. I'm gonna occasionally pull out because you have a good speed up off the bounce. I'm gonna occasionally pull out, the speed up. But I know Andrei's on the left. He's gonna make a million dinks. I'm gonna sit backhand counter. I'm gonna do my little, third shot drop, kind of cross court, half drop, half drive thing. That's a nightmare. Andrei's gonna come in and try to slam it. Like your role is set so well because the only times I've seen you play not poorly, but like there's been some moments where I've seen you play and I've played with you where you're almost doing too much because you're playing
100%.
with like a me or whoever else, and you think you have to, and maybe you probably do if you're playing with a me, but you think you have to do more than you actually have to do. But I think with Andrei, Andrei's so like he's so good,
Yeah.
and I just have to play my role. And that's, I think, when you're the best. You still have to be aggressive, but it's just picking. It's like anybody else. It's just picking your spots.
Yeah, 100%. I would absolutely agree. I think when I play poorly, primarily it's when I'm on the left. You're 100% right. I'm a little more, I wouldn't say out of control. I just feel like I'm very controlled on the right.
Yeah.
Like I know exactly what I need. I know exactly where I need to be. I'm set for every shot. I'm never kind of like overextending. It's very clean.
Right.
On the
Yeah.
left, I'll try to create way too much. I'll overextend. Like you said, I'll take more than I probably should. I'm not 6'3". I'm not crazy long.
But you do have, but like that's the temptation with you because like I see it because you do have really tricky stuff off the bounce and out of the air. So there's a temptation to really utilize that.
Yeah,
But
no,
then sometimes,
100%.
like you said, you maybe
Overdo it.
overplay a little bit.
Yeah,
Yeah.
100%. Absolutely agree. And that's just, yeah, it's just figuring out the frequency and just being, yeah, I need to model the way I play on the right on the left. Honestly, just
Yeah.
being more controlled, not needing to go for too much, trusting the partner, just all of that stuff. But
Yeah.
yeah, it's a
No, I
very good
agree. I
point.
mean, you guys, yeah. Anyways, you guys are an insane team.
But
Is there?
what we started to do, especially, we didn't have to do it much yesterday. But when we're playing like a Andrei Mick or anybody or even like you'll crank your serve some, like I think the other advantage of us as a team is that, I'm actually more comfortable dinking on the backhand side. Andrei's money on the right side.
Yeah.
So like we can stay on the returns. We don't need to switch. And
Right.
that's a big advantage because not many teams have guys that can play both sides very comfortably.
Right. That's true. Yeah. Me and Scarb have been
And
working on that too, where it's like, I just hate getting beat like Andrei Mick. Perfect example.
yeah,
Like you just hate getting
stupid
beat.
points, dude.
Like,
Stupid points.
no, yeah, just
A serve and a forehand.
make them dink, bro. Like you
Yeah.
have to, and when you get into switching, especially I'm so slow, it's like, yeah, you guys are really good at that. I mean, it's yeah, I agree. Where do you okay? So I got a little list here, and I want your opinion. Okay, so this is a left side ranking list. Okay, I have tier 1, which I think is pretty set in stone right now, is Ben, Riley, J Dub. You can maybe put J Dub in front of Riley, whatever. That's your top 3. Would you agree with that?
And Riley J Dub. Yeah, I think that's
Okay.
pretty clear.
And then there's a second tier, okay? And there's 6 players in this second tier. I want you to give me your top 3 because I want to have 3 tiers, okay?
Sure.
But I have 6 players in my tier 2, and I want your opinion on who's the top 3 out of this 6, okay? So those 6 names are Tyson, Daescu, Federico, Dylan, Matt Wright, and James. Okay.
We're going left. You said left side here?
Left side. So I know that Dylan plays on the right
but he's
with
good on the left.
J-Dub, and I know that Matt generally plays on the right with his partners, but they're obviously still really good left side players.
Yeah.
So we got Tyson, Dylan, Matt, Federico, Andrei, and James Ignatowicz. Give me your top 3 out of those 6. On the left, just on the left.
Yeah. I think you still have to go, and this is in no particular order. This is just kind of a tier. I think you still have to go Dylan. I just think he's proven. I mean, he's that solid. And we're talking about men's, right?
Men's doubles, left side.
Yeah, men's. Okay, yeah. So I got to have Dylan over there. Honestly, you have some trade-offs, right? But I gotta put Andrei in there.
Yeah,
I gotta put Andrei in there just because he just everybody you named off, he's gonna make more balls than any of them. Yeah, in my opinion. Lacks some of the offensive, like even like a Fed or like a James or somebody like that, but like I think the upside on the never missing aspect and playing very smart is good enough to put him in that tier.
Also, sorry, real quick, I had 2 honorable mentions, which were Deckle Bar, and AJ Kohler, if you want to put them in. Just FYI.
Yeah, sure. So
we got Dylan.
So we got Dylan,
Andrei, in no order. Who's number 3?
Who do we have left? We have Fed, Tyson, Matt
Fed,
Wright,
James, and Matt Wright.
Today.
Right this second. You got to play a tournament tomorrow with them. We're not looking at upside. We're not looking at any of that.
Yeah. I probably got to go Matt Wright, to be honest.
Interesting.
I just think he also is not going to miss very much. His hands are money. Yeah. He's got some 6 speed ups. I still think he's that good. And I'm basing a lot of this heavily on low unforced error count.
Yeah.
Obviously, some of these guys are bigger hitters, better attacks, more weapons, very, very, very dangerous, obviously. But I think today, hand speed, consistency, I think it's those 3. I would put James and Fed right there, like very, very close. It's so hard to do, right? Only have 3.
No, it's tough.
But I think that whole tier is honestly, that's one tier in my opinion.
That's a tier, right? I mean, that's
a tier.
Yeah,
that's a tier.
I thought you were gonna say Tyson at 3. I did. I know he's kind of known as more of a right side player at this point. Well,
I think he's better on the left, dude. I think he's actually better on the left because because honestly, Tyson on the right gets in trouble if his partner on the left tries to speed up and he gets caught, right? Yeah. But if he's the one dictating and he's the one picking his spots and he has a guy on the right that like a James, for example, that's sitting heavy counters, then Tyson's great on the left, man. Tyson can dictate really well. He can play very aggressive and he can pick really smart spots. Yeah. So he's definitely right there for sure.
Okay.
It's just like talking about unforced errors and consistency. I mean, that dude doesn't miss much.
No, he doesn't at all. Okay. No, I just thought that was,
you're just trying to get me in trouble with all these people.
I thought that was, I was just thinking about like, who's like, it's cause it's me and James are talking about it. Like who's the best men's doubles player. And it's really hard to say, like comparing like a Colin Johns to like a Deckle Bar. It's just like, you have to say left side or like even like a Dylan Frazier to whoever, like, So you got Deckle, Matt, and Andrei are
Dylan.
Sorry. Dylan. Yeah. Dylan, Matt, and Andrei 4 through 6. Fair enough.
Yeah, and Dylan's a little bit of a wild card, right? Because he
Yeah,
doesn't play left very much, so it's hard to say. Hard to
yeah.
say.
I mean, all those guys are pretty. It's pretty close.
It's a pretty level tier. Yeah.
And it's interesting too. It's like they're such different. Like Daescu versus Jane, like they're just completely different players. Like just
Opposite players.
completely.
Yeah. But both very effective.
Right, exactly. And it's just like
But just
James,
different styles.
Yeah, it's just complete. I mean, Tyson versus James versus Daescu versus Federer. They're just completely different players. But okay, let's move on. The next tournament, I guess we have Houston, but you guys, we don't want to go. It's just okay. Who's gonna win mixed doubles in Houston? I don't care. It doesn't matter. You guys are gonna win men's mixed. Who cares? Nobody cares. MLP is the weekend after.
Yeah.
Right? Okay. Your guys' group.
I couldn't tell you who's in it.
Okay. it's Florida, the Smash.
I don't know anybody. I don't know who's on which team either. So
Okay,
this is going to be a bad segment.
So but that's I know off the top of my head. That's Belong, Schick, and I think they dropped. It was Belong, Schick, Dominique Schaefer, and oh my God, I'm gonna get in trouble for this, but Cassie's girlfriend, what's her name again? That's bad.
Esquivel.
Michelle Esquivel. Sorry,
Yeah.
Michelle Esquivel.
So who's not on that team anymore?
Dominique's gone. I don't know who they picked up. Whatever. We don't have to go through it, but
Yeah.
And then you have Frisco, Pandas, New Jersey, whatever. You guys didn't do great at MLP.
No.
You and Martin, and you guys are doing whatever. You guys are okay. Like, what's it gonna take? Martin Emmerich. I mean, let's talk about this guy. This guy is he almost too? Is it a too handsome type of deal with you and him? Like, why'd you guys go 1 and 2, man? I mean, is he that good looking? Are you shell shocked the whole time?
Yeah, it's just he has a glowing presence about him to my right, and it's kind of blinding. Like that tan. I'll tell you what. There's I keep my eye out every time I see him, but I have yet to see a tan line on that guy. So, hey, if you see a tan line, let me know. Take a picture.
He's gone to some nude beaches in Europe or something. These Europeans,
yeah.
I mean, his whole body is tan.
Yeah. What else is it, Greg?
Huh?
What else is it?
It's tan, it's fit, it's hot, and it's sexy. And he's a great guy. Shout out Martin Emmerich, man. This guy.
Yeah, he's the man.
What a legend.
He's a man, and he's
an absolute good guy. But like, what do you guys got? Because you guys should be dominant at the challenger level MLP. Why? Yeah. I mean, but it's so tough at MLP too. It's like you just play like shit in one match, and it's just like I remember like me and you, we were on the same MLP team. Like the last tournament we played, and I've tried to erase this from my memory, but we played Sam Query and Stefan, and I just absolutely shit the bed. It was it was the worst match I played that I can remember. And it's like we lose that match, and then of course Sam and Stefan, and then we win our other men's matches against pretty good teams, Callan and Todd, and then De La Rosa and Newell, and we kind of crushed. It was not.
Yeah.
They weren't really close at all, and both those teams crushed Sam and Stefan. So it's like it can depend on the match, but I mean, I don't know. I mean, what do you and Martin have to do to play better and dominate like you should? Yeah,
honestly, I think I've been thinking about this too, man. It's tough because it's basically like a 1 game to 11, right? Say outscoring. So it's quick. There's not a lot of you get down, it's tough to climb back in. But I think one thing I've been thinking about is I think for sure we played too passive. I think you can't play too passive. Like you want to play in a style that's like you're not giving away free points, but you can't just be a bitch. You can't just like you still got to go for your shots. You got to play smart. You got to play aggressive on the right balls. And I think there's times where we just get into like too passive of patterns and we just dink and yeah, I think just controlled aggression, being smart with speed ups, but playing to win and not playing to not lose.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, I just think just imagining playing you guys would be just an absolute, like, you would think that would be just a nightmare team to play against.
Yeah.
Cause you guys are just just so solid, but I think you guys are going to do well this MLB. I'll say 3-0. Martin and Rob go 3-0 this MLB. Mixed. I mean, mixed. Can we talk about mixed for a second? I'm sorry.
Why?
Exactly.
Yeah,
exactly.
Yeah. I was just talking about this. Like, dude, Federico and I we're always just like, why can't we just have 3 days of men's doubles?
Exactly.
With rotating partners. It'd be so fun.
Dude, the girls don't like. I guarantee
nobody likes mixed.
Like
the girls don't like it. The guys don't like it. We just do it because that's what we've been doing. In what world is mixed doubles ever a featured event in any sport?
Yes.
I don't know. Maybe there are some, but it shouldn't be in this sport.
I agree. Listen,
that's a pretty hot take, but
no, thank you for saying it, because I've been on this train for a long time. Like I remember when I first started playing, I was like, started to get to know people and pickleball and stuff. And they're like, oh yeah, I got mixed doubles on Friday and blah, blah. I'm like, why are you playing mixed doubles? Like it didn't even compute to me like that was like a real event. Like, oh yeah, it's like a real thing. I was like, what? How would you do that?
Because
like, it's just,
think about tennis, dude. They only have it at like the Grand Slams, right?
Yeah.
They have it at a couple tournaments a year.
Yeah.
But it's certainly not a featured event.
And I guess I keep hearing that it's like I don't believe this, but everyone's like, oh, it's the most watched, it's the most viewed, and it's mixed doubles is, people love it and blah blah blah. But it's like
they don't. Every comment I see is them complaining about the guy taking every ball.
Exactly. And the girl just has to be, because like that's a good mixed doubles girl is just hit your drop, get to the kitchen, and just cross court dink. Like, it's not fun for the girl.
Yeah.
I don't think people are like, oh yeah, it gets way more views and everything, and people, if you go look at, because I looked at this, I'm like, I think that's BS.
You're an analyst.
I am. I mean, but because I hate mixed doubles, and it's like but I went to the PPA stream or PPA YouTube page, and I went through, and I don't have the exact data points off the top of my head, but men's and women's doubles day on Saturday, on average, had more views than mixed doubles day. And you think about even like the rivalries and the great matchups. It's like the Johns brothers versus Matt and Newman, or James and Tyson versus Pablo and Fed. Like, those are the matchups people care about. Like, mixed doubles, it's like, okay, Rob's playing with Vivian Glosman, great girl, love her, and Andrei's playing with Susanna Bar. Like, I don't. Does anybody care about that? It's like, it's keep away from the girl, basically. And it's just, and listen, if I was some great mixed doubles player, I'd probably have a different opinion. But I'm not good at mix. But I just never understood it at all. I'm like, why are you guys playing? Who cares? I don't know. Man.
I'm right here with you. And I think I've talked to plenty of guys that are very good at mixed, and they still feel the same. They're like, this is absurd.
They're good at it, but they'll be like, oh yeah, it's so stupid, but like, I'm good at it. I mean, which I understand, like 100%.
Yeah.
So I mean, but like, I don't know. I mean, I don't see a world in the next year where that goes away. But like even MLP, like the fact that there's the men's doubles, women's doubles, and then 2 mixed matches, it's like, to me, it's like, I don't know, like just maybe like gender doubles, men's doubles, women's doubles, and then have your best mixed player. You have 1 mixed match. You have just, that's your tiebreak. I guess that eliminates singles, but I just don't understand why that is seen as equal to men's doubles and women's doubles. Like I just don't see them as equals at all.
Yeah. I mean, dude, especially with teams expanding to like 6 players, I think a cool format would be, and I'm not an advocate of mixed. I'm also not an advocate of singles, but what if you had gender, men's, women's, 1 mixed, 1 singles? So you also get a singles specialist on your team if you want. I guess you again run into the gender thing of, 1 men or 1. I guess you could choose, right? You could choose to do a men's singles or a women's singles based on what your team is, if you get that coin flip or whatever it is. And then you still have the dream breaker for the decider. But
so you do, so it's men's doubles, women's doubles, 1 mixed doubles match.
Yeah.
And then, so let's say
singles is your 4th match.
Okay. Singles is your 4th, and you do it similar to a dream breaker, or you do like 1-on-1?
Play rally scoring to 21, just like we play doubles.
And just pick your best singles player and the other team picks their best?
Yep. So if you have a really good, if you get the toss and you want to put out, let's say you can choose, we're going to do women's singles, because that team doesn't have a great women's singles player, but you do. You're going to put out women's singles.
Right.
Let's say, one team has a great guys player, but not a solid women's player. They're going to put out men's singles, and the other team has to respond to that. So I don't know. That. Could be something different. It's just, hey, it's a way to get rid of one mixed match, which
I just don't get it. And listen, it's, I mean, as much as we want it to go away, it's
probably not.
I don't see it going away next year. So I'm going to have to get better at it. And I think I am getting better at it, but it's just like, freaking girls. I'm sorry. Like, it's just like, it's weird. Is it not weird? I'm like, yeah, come on. To like some girl? What are we doing?
Oh, my strategy. Yeah.
Do I scare the girls?
Yeah, dude. I'll play. Is that
the strategy?
Yeah, just blitz and
I know
go
you're
hard.
Blitz guy. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, it's a new strategy, but it seems to be pretty effective.
It works.
Yeah, just blitz. Drive 3rd, 5th, 7th, 9th at the female.
I'm not a blitz. I know. I'm not a blitz. You're really not a blitz player.
I'm not a blitz guy at all. Not at all.
So I guess if you can do it, I can do some. I can do it
some
too.
Form of it. But, you got a forehand on you.
Yeah, occasionally, but I don't. I just, and it's never gonna end. It's just, I don't know.
But again, blitzing's not strategy. Blitzing's
silly.
It's
just a joke.
It's silly. Like Andrei and I playing J-Dub and Dylan, that's strategy. That's like That's like tactical, yeah. And you got to be really careful. And there's no safe spot on the court, and you can't blitz anybody.
No,
you know what I mean. So it's like, it's just, yeah. To me, it's more fun. It's more strategery, tactical stuff. But
it's just dudes going at it too, which I like.
Just 4 bros, just pounding away. Yeah,
just dinking it out, like just. I mean, just you're like danger on every corner. It's just like, you pop one up, it's boom.
Yeah.
You're
it's exciting. It's exhilarating.
Yeah.
It's scary. It's fun.
Every dink is like, oh, you better put this in the right spot or you're just going to get freaking smacked. Like,
yep.
I mean, I don't know.
Threat level's high.
Do you think there's a chance? I mean, this might be a couple years from now, but my new theory is that the guys are going to get so good that the gap between men and women is going to get so great that the mix will be a complete joke. Do you think, I mean, and this is maybe 3 years down the line. Do you think that's possible, or to maybe end this, or or no? It's just a theory.
Not as it stands now. I don't think guys are necessarily going to get like bigger, stronger, faster. I don't think it's going to matter that much. People talk about that a lot, right? Like
Yeah,
it's still a pickleball court. The dimensions are the dimensions. You can only hit it so hard without it going out.
yeah.
The only thing I could see like maybe changing would be like paddle technology. Like if deflection got more insane, I think that's what it hinges on: deflection and surface roughness and
Yeah.
dwell time, all that stuff. If that stuff goes through the roof, then yeah, absolutely could happen where they just get blown off the court because dudes can hit the shit out of the ball.
Yeah.
Am I allowed to cuss on this? Sorry.
Yeah, I think I said the S word earlier, so.
Okay, it's better than
Good, man. Hey,
some
listen,
of the
it's
other words.
thinking with Dow, man. This is not
Thinking with Dow.
Come on now.
Yeah, this isn't grandma's. This isn't grandma's living room.
No, it's not. We're actually in like a co-op, like
a little co-working spot.
Yeah, it's a co-working. I don't know. It's kind of hippie, kind of, not Dow's thing as far as, all that.
But you should have. I know it's not your studio necessarily, but you should throw up a little paddle in the back, a little crush yard signage, a little something for your people.
I forgot my ace. I actually have. I can't wait for this to come out because the intro that I have to this, my ace pitch, is pretty fantastic. I'll just be honest. So usually there is a club in the background. I forgot my bag, but no, this is a great spot, and we're very happy you're here. All right, last thing.
Yeah, let's do it.
Okay, last thing, and so we're gonna do some over-unders. Okay, for people who aren't like betting people.
Yeah,
this is kind of like, okay, let's like an example. The Panthers, so the Vegas lines come out, and the Panthers in the NFL, the Panthers are playing the Buccaneers, and they're favored by 3.5. Okay, if you say over, then you're saying that your bet is that the Panthers will win by 4 points or more. Okay, if you say under 3.5, if you bet under, then you're saying the Panthers will win by 3 points or less, or obviously lose the game.
Yeah.
Right.
Another great way to kind of think about it is, let's say an over-under for an NFL game is 30 points total, right? So if the combined score of the two teams is under 30 and you bet the under, you win. If it's over 30, you bet the over, you win. So if the total combined points is 31, you're a winner.
Exactly. So couple over-unders for Rob. Let's see if we can get my thing here. Okay.
I'm just so impressed with your whole. You're a technology guru now.
No, I'm really not.
Dude, you've got a studio. It's so impressive, and I'm so proud of you. As your older brother and mentor, I'm so proud of you. So proud of you. All right, let's go.
Thank you for saying that. Okay. APP Houston this weekend. You and Andrei will lose over or under 1.5 games this weekend.
That's a good line, buddy.
Thank you.
Under.
Okay.
I think we probably average the past couple. I don't think Dallas. Dallas. We lost one.
You lost to Dobrin and Mr. Eduardo.
Yeah. We lost one.
Shout out those guys. Great guys.
Yeah. Dobrin. Yep.
Shout out them. So you guys will lose a game. Okay, I thought the 1.5 was a pretty good line. Yeah.
That's a solid line. Yeah. Under.
You and Andrei play James Ignatowicz and Matt Wright 10 times in a 2 out of 3.
Yeah.
You and Andrei win over or under 5.5 of those 10.
Oh, also a good line. Oh. Under.
Okay.
5.
Yeah, no, I assume
it's a good line. It's a good line.
Thank you. Rob Nunnery will be, his main source of income will be a professional pickleball player for over under 4.5 years.
Under.
Okay. All right. That's it. And last thing I do want to say, guys, thank you, Rob, and not just for the podcast, but Rob's been a very good friend to me. He picked me up for his MLP team. Didn't have to do that. He's put me on his podcast. He's done a lot of really good things for me. Been a very good friend, very supportive. Done a lot. Great guy. Rob, thank you for coming on Dinking with Dow. This is great, man. Thank you.
Dude, pickleball is more than the wins and losses, dude. It's about the relationships, and
That's right.
I value yours very much, and I value that adorable haircut of yours too. So, God, you're precious. You're so precious.
We'll see how it goes, man. I'm trying the nunnery look. I mean, it's messy.
Dude, no, it's the Dow look now. It's not the nunnery look. It's
I just like the kind of like.
Oh, I like that. Yeah, keep it up a little bit. There we go.
I just got out of bed, like you wanna go again, like that type of thing.
You wanna go again?
Last night was great, bro. Like you know what I mean? Like not bro. Yeah. Sorry. Yeah, last night was great. Female, like this is so hot.
Darling, yeah,
baby girl, you wanna come on? Come on, I'm still good, okay. But anyways, all right, thank you, buddy. We'll see you in a couple of days. All right.